these things out. Why does it say upcoming when I am live? What? Okay, there we go. Okay, there we go. Is that how it looks? What? Hold on, let me try to close this phone and see if it looks any better. Because it's like stretching me out. Hold on. Does that look any better? Hold on, let me see. What are you meowing about, Stinky? Oh, yeah, that looks better. Okay. What's up, everybody? And how are you guys? Um, so not no Stinky, but thank y'all for joining me for this video. Okay, so tell me why the other day I end up, okay, I went to 7-Eleven, right? And you know those big freezy cups? Well, I ended up buying a big freezy cup, but instead of putting like a sweet drink in it, I put some coffee in it and I filled it all the way to the top. Hi, Marcy. I'm glad you caught me. Happy Monday. Yes, I'm very happy today. Oh my God. He always want to be on the phone. My cat is a social media cat. I know, honey. What do you want? Huh? Hmm? Kisses? Yeah? No? Another one? Okay. Not another one? Okay. You want a kiss or no? Okay, that's enough. I don't even know what he be wanting. I think he wants to eat food or his food's down there. You got your little box. You tired? You sleepy? You tired? Tired. Okay. Well, anyway, so I went to the 7-Eleven. I ended up filling a freezy cup all the way to the top with coffee. I put some dark roast in there, and then I put some iced coffee in there, and then I put some regular coffee in there. When I tell y'all, I was so effed up and like really high off of caffeine and like really going through it all night, could not sleep, was really suffering, like really going through it. What are you doing in my belly? I don't have milk. I don't have no milk. Hold on, let me put, are you hungry? Okay, well go to sleep because I ain't got no milk. I was really messed up. Hey, Kenyatta. What's up, DA? Why would you do that? You can have a heart attack from that crap. Can I? I did not know that. I didn't know it was going to affect me like it did. When I tell you I was messed up all night, um, really not like sleeping. I was so toe up. I was high off of caffeine. I was really jacked up. I was really jacked up. It was really messed up. And I was just, ooh. Okay, you better have my back, not police in my life. I ain't seen you. Clock it, clock it. Anyway, I had a busy day today. Ouch, ouch, ouch. I had a busy day today. I have some stuff going on a little bit medically. Um, so I end up going to do that today. It gave me heart palpitations. I quit. Yeah, coffee will. Actually, when I was in there, thank you, green stinky cheese from Amber's Neck. Who the hell is Amber? Who is Amber? And why do she have green stinky cheese in her neck? Cassandra, why don't you just say hi to me and I'll say hi back the way I do normally? Just normal. Just say hi. Hi, Diamond, or hi, Truh, or hi, Tox. One of those. And I'll be like, hey, Cassandra. Amber Lynn Reed? Who the hell is that? Girl, I'm going to have to go see who that is, girl. Because the only Reed I know about is Karen Reed. And reading these tricks, okay? Reading these B words. Anyway. But, yeah, so I went to go do that today, and I have 2 big holes in my arm. Like, I don't know if y'all can see that because I'm kind of like a darker skin tone. But I have a big shot right here and a big shot right there. You got to check it out. She's crazy. You're funny, LOL. Okay. Hi, Cassandra. Watch Oh Lordy. It's Jordy's video about her. Okay. I'm going to see who that is. So I was watching this series called My Crazy Redneck Neighbor. And it was about this lady who was on, she was, okay, so obviously she was this lady's neighbor. And they were on a cul-de-sac. And there was this lady, she would get high and she would start driving around in people's yards on her little scooter. It's an electrical little scooter. Then she had like this little 4-wheeler. She would drive over people's flowers and grass. And this lady was videotaping this lady. She would jump over their gates when they was at work and swim in their pools. And it was just a mess. She would throw beer bottles at their cars and stuff while they wasn't like looking. It was just a mess. And I ended up getting so into it, I ended up watching the whole playlist. I'm going to create a playlist for y'all. Because I end up watching, it's called My Crazy Redneck Neighbor. So I end up watching the whole playlist. I was sitting up watching it all night. I actually needed to watch it that night the night before last night, when I was having my issues with that coffee and not being able to sleep. I don't want to drink coffee no more. I don't want or need to drink nobody's coffee. I need to be on chai tea and let that be the absolute reason why. Because there's no way in the world I can handle coffee like that. No. I don't get, you know how you don't get high and then you don't smoke weed, so any little thing gets you fucked up? That's how I felt. I was so jacked up. My man was like, baby. And I kept waking him up out of his sleep in the middle of the night. And he was like, baby, please just try to get some rest, lay down, take a shower, do this, do that. He just kept suggesting stuff. And I just was like, none of this stuff is working. Like, it was really, really, really horrible. Like, really, really horrible. And I was real jacked up. I mean, I couldn't even do music. I couldn't do nothing. It was messed up. But yeah, crazy stuff. So I haven't been doing my videos on my home channel because I've been super busy. But I want to talk about, did y'all see that Uber driver who shot that lady in her head? Did y'all see that Uber driver who shot that lady in her head over, God knows what his true motives was, but like a little bit of cash. Uber drivers get paid off an app. Boy, what's wrong with you? Listen, green stinky cheese from Amber's Neck. Let me tell you, this man got in the car, right? Almost got kidnapped by one. Wow, that's crazy to almost get kidnapped by an Uber driver. As much as I put my baby in the Uber, like that really just freaked me out. Because I put Nani in the Uber like ain't nobody business. That is crazy as hell. But, so this man gets in this lady's Uber. And he has a gun on her. And she doesn't know it. And so, right. Oh, yeah, I'm always tracking. I'm always going to track. I ain't going to never not track. I'm a little bit too controlling for that. But he has a gun on her. And at first she didn't know it. And so he talking his stuff. And she's like, like, leave me alone. You know, let me drop you off, or where do I need to drop you off? Kenyatta said these Uber drivers be out of pocket. Facts. Um, so she's like, let me drop you off where you need to be dropped off at. Da da da. You know, she's like, you can get out right here if you feel uncomfortable or whatever. And he puts the gun to the back of her head, and she reaches behind herself because she feels something touch her head, and she's like, and she feels the gun, and she's like, dude, are you serious? Like, it seemed like she was trying to talk to him with all of the common sense in the world. Like, every piece of common sense that she could pull together, she was trying to pull together to talk to this man. And she was like, please, I have 4 kids. Like, don't do this. This is not even my main job. Like, you know, I'm just trying to, you know, this is my passive income. I don't want to die like this. Like, you know, please don't do this. You know, and he ended up shooting that lady in her head, in the back of her head, and killed that lady in her own car at her own job, doing her job. Like, these, when I tell you these people be insane, like, people really are sick. And I'm gonna do that story on my home channel. So I decided I'm trying to get my formats and stuff together for my channels. Listen, the AI movie thing is way harder than I thought it was going to be. Because y'all know how I have Teahive movie night? Okay, well, it's not as easy as I thought it was going to be. I thought I was going to be able to tell AI to make this scene, and AI was going to make that scene. It doesn't go like that. You have to have a picture of the character that you want. You have to create, so for each scene of an AI movie, okay, you have to have pictures for those scenes. So a still picture, and then you can tell AI, create this scene from this picture. So that's how you have to do the video portion of it. Then you have to have the audio portion of it, which is totally separate. Voices and all kind. Oh my God, it is so much. It is so much. And don't let a scene come out wrong. I mean, I'm just like, I'm dying. I'm dying. It's a lot. It is a lot, and I'm like, damn. I need help with this. I need help with this. I'm gonna end up eventually taking a class, because this is way more difficult than I thought it was gonna be. You know, I can only and what's crazy is I can take a picture and I can have AI arrange a picture to a scene, but then how many scenes come in a movie? Like 90, 100. I have 125 scenes in one episode of my docu-series. I have 115 scenes. I have a episode with like 170 something scenes in it. I'm gonna be working my ass off forever. The AI gonna be then ended and gotten more intelligent enough to become a person by the time I figure that out. So I have to do something. I had to get some help. I had to get some real money in my pocket, and yeah. So I'm gonna have to do a little bit something different on my movie night channel until I figure out that portion of it completely, because it's a lot. It is a lot, and it is difficult. And the thing about AI is it doesn't allow you to keep a consistent character unless you keep a consistent character. If you don't keep a consistent character, it will spit out scene after scene with different characters, with a whole different. Your main character will be black, white, Indian, Chinese, with the same name and just look totally different in every scene. It's just so crazy. Like, I've been really having a hard time wrecking my brain trying to get Teahive movie night together, but that's gonna have to be something. I'm gonna have to do totally different stuff on that channel until I get it together. Anyways, though, y'all. Okay. Anyways, though. Yeah, shit is crazy. Shit is crazy as hell. I didn't like that. I didn't like that he actually shot her. Like, had he not actually shot her, that would have been different. But the fact that he actually shot the lady, you know, it's different than just robbing somebody. Okay, you got robbed, which is scary in itself. But then for you to actually shoot the damn lady was beyond me. I was so very unhappy with that, and it just really pissed me off for real. Anyway, I'm not happy with that. Um, what I am happy with though is that these chicken heads here on YouTube have had my name in their mouth minimally. They so scared I'm gonna get some clout that they haven't been really saying my name, which is a good thing. I'm very happy with that. I just want to be in my own lane doing my own shit. You know what I mean? I didn't understand why before I went in they were doing all of that in regards to my life. Like whatever I'm doing with my life is my life. Watch as a watcher and don't try to get on the internet and try to act like you know what I'm doing with my life. Like somebody was telling me, one of these small bloggers, she's mentioned me, I mean, of course, but because that's what she do, she'll have a life. But they were telling me, she said that I didn't take accountability for anything that I've done. How would she know? How would she know what I've taken accountability for? Did she have my therapy sessions? Is she sitting with me in the courtroom with the DA and the judge? And the, you know what I'm saying? Is she coming to children's court with me and talking to my attorney, and I'm an attorney speaking through the judge? No, that they don't have a clue what I'm accountable for or what I've taken accountability for. Just because I don't announce something on the internet, like, "Hi guys, I want to take accountability for this and that and what," just because I don't do that on the internet doesn't mean that I haven't taken accountability. You don't know me. And that's the part that's so crazy about people that would consume information about somebody who doesn't publicly and hasn't publicly shared in quite some time. But who, I don't share everything in my life with everybody on the internet. Not anymore. I used to. I used to have crazy videos on here. I would be, girl, going off, and I hope this mother house get blown up and all that stuff, baby. You don't know what I've taken accountability for. You have not sat down and spoken to me, talked to me, figured me out, or nothing like that. You're just watching and then coming to your own conclusion and trying to spit out false information for the audience. And to me, that's whack. That's so weak. And here's the part. I'm willing to do 100 interviews, 100 of them, even if I don't like the person. But you're not coming to me. You're making it up, and that's a problem. You don't have to make up information about other people. Just ask. Like, just ask me. I am really an open book. I really am an open book. The reason why I don't get on here yelling and screaming today and going off and going crazy is because that's not what's in my heart. I'm really at peace. God has really provided me some peace. I have my stressful moments, of course, but that's financial stress. I don't really have anything to be going off or unhappy about. I'm free. I'm humble. I'm at peace, and I'm sorry if you don't like it, but that's too bad, and that's your problem. Like, straight up. But just, for me hearing that somebody is on the internet saying like, "Oh, she doesn't take accountability," and like using old screenshots of me before I had my dreads. I've had these dreads for well over 2 years. Like, you're using old screenshots of me from, like, you know what I'm saying, early 2000s, and then being like, or early 2020ish 2020s, and then being like, like you have updated information. Everything you doing tired and old. Like, what does that even matter? That's so whack and stupid. It's so whack. It's just ridiculous. But it's always the good people who end up having people in their life, like the Uber driver. And then it's the people that damn need to have something done to their ass so they can learn how to be humble, and it doesn't happen. And I'm just like, I would be so happy when these people go through their learning experience. Like, it'll be so happy. Okay, so I'm about to release a couple more videos that I had on private. So this one is Akbar V was in my dream. What was she in my dream doing? Hold on, let me listen to this. I don't remember this. That's when I had my opener. My avatar.
Okay, you guys. So, good morning.
I was so much bigger right there.
Good morning. Good morning. How you doing? How you doing? Say good morning. Hey! How you doing? How you doing? How know what? I'm a sucker. I'm a sucker. Anyway, you a mess. Anyway, she trying to play with me, y'all. She trying to play. But like I said, good morning, guys. I wanted to come do a story time for you guys this morning because I had a crazy dream last night. It was nuts. It was absolutely nuts. And you know, I woke up to people doing weak sauce stuff on my card. Like again, so like somebody put an A and I guess it was supposed to be a C, but they turned it to a P. And y'all know them people that were stalking me, they had somebody named AC come to my house and like coming over to my house, like looking at stuff and doing stuff for no reason. Good luck with that. Okay, because you're finna be very surprised at the steps that I'm finna take to make sure something happens to your ass. Okay, and nothing, I'm not doing nothing violent or anything like that. I'm talking about through the law. So let me make that very clear. Okay, through the law, you should not be at my house. Anyway, because y'all know black people, we would have been, ain't no carving, no, ain't no putting no, nothing in the dust, girl. We would have been carved your shit with the key. Okay, I'm just saying, stay out my business. Mind your business, stay in your place. Okay. Anyways, though, guys, so my dream last night, let's get to it because it was a mess. It was a mess. First of all, why was Akbar V in my dream? Okay, so here's how the dream went. So I was at my grandmother's house. Y'all know my grandma had passed away. So it was like a whole bunch of people at her house, but she wasn't there. And we were having like this little get together, this little party or whatever. And Akbar was there. And Akbar had a new boyfriend. And her boyfriend was in love with her. I'm talking about this dude. He was a hood dude, but he was in love with her. And Akbar, she went on a walk with him or whatever. And she was telling him how much she loved him. And he was like, for real? It was like it was the first time she said it back to him or whatever. And he was like so elated to like have Akbar say that she loved him and that, you know, that they have a future. So anyway, so after that happened, we came back in the house and everything was all good. They was holding hands, blah blah blah. It turns out one of his ex-girlfriends was at the party and she was like asking him for a bag of noodles. She was saying like, he wants some noodles, right? So he went in Akbar's purse and gave her some noodles or whatever. So Akbar like, wait a minute. Like, I know you ain't mess with my noodles. So Akbar grabbed the noodles from him and she put the seasoning on the noodles without even being warmed up. She just started crunching it to him like she eating these crunchy noodles, right? But Yo!
What? Listen, y'all know I be having premonitions in my dream, right? In my dreams. If you've been watching me for a long time, you would know that I've had many premonitions in my dreams. Before I got betrayed online by my son, I had a dream. I came live and I was like, yo, I had a dream that a dark-skinned person, a bald-headed man, a dark-skinned bald-headed man betrayed me. And I was like, he had snakes around him and I had a dog and he hit one of his snakes wrapped around my dog and like my dog was frozen. I can go back and show y'all this video. I just have to find it. But soon after that, I was betrayed by my son, right? So, and this was my oldest son. So this dream is a whole premonition. I don't remember this dream with Akbar V, but I never saw anyone put the seasoning on noodles and eat them until I went to prison. That was the first time I ever saw that. But why did I see that in my dream before it even happened? That is so crazy.
She's upset. She mad. She like, you know, she's upset and trying to figure out why is it that he got an ex-girlfriend at this party and who is this woman, you know? And so the girl like, oh my God, like it's always drama. She was like, I don't even want the noodles. She warmed up the noodles and everything. And they was looking real good in that bowl. I ain't gonna even lie, because y'all know I be dreaming about noodles. So anyway,
I be dreaming about ramen noodles from the Korean shop.
Yes, that's why I got to get back to Atlanta, because we got to get back to our noodles. Period. We got to get back to the noodle place. I can't do this here, okay? Anyway, so So she had thrown out her noodles. She was like, I don't even want these noodles no more. She was like, I'm just done with these noodles. I don't even want them no more. You know what I'm saying? This is just ridiculous. It's always drama with him. It always been drama with him. And she was like, I'm just done. So Akbar like, oh, you don't want the noodles no more. 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 And she just keeps saying that over and over again. And I'm like, oh my God, they about to fight. Like, that's what's going through my brain. I'm like, oh my God, they about to fight. Like, she about to fight this girl over noodles. Like, that's what was going through my brain. And then in my head, I was like, because you know she fought Alexis over them chicken wings. So that's what went through my brain. Like, oh snap, like, you know, like, oh my God.
I was literally seeing prison shit before I went to prison.
Y'all know she fought Alexis over chicken wings, bitch.
That is so crazy.
So then the dude get up and he like, baby, like trying to get Akbar attention, like, baby, no, baby, it's not like that, babe. Like, babe, no, baby, baby. I got the feeling. That's how he was. Baby. And I was in my dream, I was like, oh my God. Even in my dream, I was like, oh my God, he getting on my nerves. Die, stinky leg. Mommy, stop. Don't do all that every morning. Love you.
Love you. Nah.
Get out.
Need you.
Get out.
Cause I want you. And I do.
Get out my car.
All I think about is even when I'm with Bob.
Oh, she's crazy. I wonder who her mom is. Alright, so anyway, so back to the dream. So I end up going outside with the girl because she was like, oh hell no, like I ain't got time for what he doing. Like he always full of drama, like I don't want nothing to do with him. She was just done. And I was like, it's okay, boo. Like it was me, her, and another girl. We all had on heels and jeans and like small shirts. And so we went outside, you know, and we went outside to smoke. And y'all, I swear I woke up in the middle of the night and my 2 fingers was like this. No bullshit. Y'all know I don't smoke cigarettes no more. I smoke like this because I smoke one of them vapes. And so my fingers was like this when I woke up. I was like, oh my God. So I slightly woke up and then I went back to sleep and was in the same damn dream, which is very awkward. That never happens. Wasn't in the same dream because it took a drastic turn. So anyway, so Akbar is acting up in my grandma's house. And there was one incident where I'm not going to tell y'all that because I'm not telling my business no more on here. This is just a dream I had last night. So I'm not even going to tell y'all where that came from. But anyway, she was acting up in my grandma's house. And I could hear her. We could hear her on the porch outside my grandma's house. So we smoking our cigarettes or whatever. And it's a bunch of people outside. Like when we walked outside, it was like 500, 600 people just standing in the streets, okay? And come to find out, they're doing COVID testing down the street. And all of these people was waiting on COVID testing, right? So they're just standing in the middle of the street. They just crowded everywhere. Like no car could possibly even begin to get through there. Like there's just no way that would have even ever happened. It's crazy. So anyway, so the line for the COVID testing ends up forming because the place opens. They end up, instead of them keep wrapping around the street, they end up wrapping around in my grandma's yard. So I'm irritated. We on the porch smoking cigarettes. And then this little boy gonna come with his trash can talk about where's the trash at. I said, y'all shouldn't be in this yard. That's trespassing. Y'all need to get out this yard. And I said it just like that. And then so everybody started going outside the gate and the line started getting smaller and smaller. So as the line is getting smaller and smaller, Akbar V and a couple of her homeboys come outside and they doing their little gang signs or whatever to the people that's in the line. And then all of a sudden, it's a damn shootout. Like, it started, I'm telling you, all of a sudden, bullets is flying. I'm like, oh my God, like, we are about to get shot. So, like, my kids were babies. My kids were little babies, y'all. This is no bullshit. This is what really happened in my dream. My kids are little babies. Somehow, my oldest son, he like 3. He looked like he 3. Now, mind y'all, he 18 in college, okay? But, in real life. But, in this dream, my son is like 3 years old. And he literally grabs a gun and he starts to shoot this gun into the crowd. Then he turned around and turned it on me. So then somebody, he shot me twice. And I dodged them both. Everybody just shooting. He like, oh, Mom. And I'm like, oh, yeah, Mom. The hell? So then he starts shooting.
The symbolism of this all is crazy. Like, first of all, I don't remember making this video and I don't remember the dream. I'm listening as you're listening. But the symbolism of all of this is just a hot, like, wow. If y'all only knew exactly what was happening and going on with that situation with my son, and to hear that it was happening in my dream is nuts as fuck. Nuts as fuck. Nuts.
Around, in the public, and somebody ended up shooting him. And then it was like 5 other people that got shot. So then after everybody got shot up, we went back in my grandma's house, and I was in there cleaning bullets with napkins, like cleaning off all these bullets, and it was this one big old bullet, and it had a bunch of little bitty bullets inside of it. It was a big, when I tell you how this was a big ass bullet, I was like, oh my God. And it had a bunch of little bitty bullets inside of it. It was so crazy. But anyway, this dream was a hot mess. And Akbar was still mad when we went back in the house. She was sitting on a chair on my grandma's couch, actually, with one of her legs up on the couch and one of them off the couch, and was still mad, child, about the damn news after the whole shootout. Baby, lighten up. All right, I love y'all. Thank you for joining me.
That's crazy. If you guys, if I was to explain everything to you guys and how that dream said a lot in a little bit of time, because based on like what's going on in my life, just wow. Just simply wow. Like, you never know what your dreams could be saying to you. For that to be even something that, like, that was wild. That was very wild. But yeah, I'm releasing videos right now that I put on private. So when I found out that I was getting arrested, here's one that I just released. I just released this one. So when I found out that I was getting arrested, I went to my computer and I called Judge Shady Court and a person named Fat Kenya that I was with on Khloe Kardashian's Revenge Body. I called the both of them, and I was like, I'm going to jail. Like, the owner of my building just told me that I have a warrant out for my arrest. Children's Services just came to me and served me with papers. I was like, I'm getting ready to be arrested. And they were like, oh, well, let us know what the bail is, and this, that, and the other, all this stuff. And so I decided to just start putting videos on private. I didn't want to be in jail with people thinking that it was cool for them to just start using my content without me being able to flag them or whatever. Like, I have all of these videos are on private. All of this. All of those videos. That's all on private. And there's so many of them. So I'm going to start slowly watching and releasing my videos. I might do some reviews, like sit there and do some reactions to some of my old videos and stuff like that. But yeah, and it's at the bottom, it's scrolling. Like, I have so many more videos. You see all those locks? Locked. These are all videos that's on private. I have so much content that probably my new audience hasn't gotten a chance to see. So you can, and I want to unlock them because I want you to see where I came from and where I'm at now, and how that looks. And so when you hear people be like, oh, you made a lot of changes and you did this and you did that, that you can understand why they're saying that. Because I was really, really nuts, and I was really, really in my feelings. I would be like really emo, like emotional. You want to say hi? Do you want to say hi? Say hello. Hi, everybody. You say hi to everybody. You go say hi with your little mitts. I love cat hands. Okay. All right. But yeah, I'm gonna start slowly releasing stuff. That video was crazy. If y'all understood how much that video mattered to like what's going on in my life today, y'all would be like, yo, you really do be having premonitions. Like before I got arrested, I fully felt, and I've said this before on a video, so this is not new, but I didn't see it. I felt it. I could imagine it. It was so strong. It was like it was real. I kept telling my kids, I feel like I'm about to go to jail. It feel like somebody busting in my house and calling my name. It feel like the police busting in here. I could feel the police busting in this house. And they would be like, Mama, you tripping. Like, ain't no police busting in here and yelling your name. And I would be like, no, for real. I feel like the police gonna bust in here and arrest me. Like, I would say that over and over again. And then eventually, after shit hit the fan in my house one night, and be careful letting your children's girlfriends or boyfriends live with y'all. Be very careful of stuff like that, because these motherfuckers, anyway, these unappreciative ass kids. But so sure enough, you had an experience like, right, you had an experience like that. So sure enough, as I was laying on my floor in the living room. I was crying because I knew I was finna get arrested. I had drank like 2 bottles of wine. I was smoking cigarettes, crying, and because my life was blowing up. And sure enough, here come the police busting in my house. Danita Johnson! And I was like, it just hit me like, there it is. That's what I was feeling. That it just happened. It happened exactly how I felt it. The only difference is I was in my room. I felt like they were going to bust in and come to my room. But instead they busted in and came to the living room. And it was the same exact way. When I got arrested, shit was crazy. I got arrested, pulled out on a stretcher, handcuffed to the stretcher, and it was nuts. It just was crazy. I had an officer accompany me to the hospital. I was out of my mind. I was having a whole mental breakdown. I was out of my mind. I was telling them, just kill me, just rape me, just do whatever you want to do with me, because I'm clearly not shit. Like, you know what I mean? And I was really just going through it. And God brought me from a long way from that. A long way from that. So when I think about stuff like this person with this Uber driver, you are making conscious choices to do dumb shit and end up in places like that. Didn't just happen spare the moment. You planned that. You planned to be a loser and go to prison and spend the rest of your life in there and take somebody's life. And that's not something that happened and spare the moment that just happened to you, or that you just came up with. You went and purchased a gun, you purchased a mask, you purchased the Uber, you were prepared, you had a plan in your mind, because you can only do right outside of impulsivity, outside of not being in control of your impulses. You can only do what you plan to do. Even when you have an impulse to do something, you've already imagined yourself doing it and then carried it out. You've thought about it subconsciously, and then you consciously decided to think about it. It went from back here to up here, and then you decided to use a behavior to carry out what you've imagined yourself doing. That is science. That is psychology. That is science. You only do what you imagine yourself doing, outside of just simple impulse. And then and then even with simple impulse, like I said, you've imagined yourself doing it and you've chosen to carry out that behavior. So, you know, like I was saying, you can't tell me, with me knowing what I know now and saying things like I just said, like you imagine yourself doing it and then doing it, you can't tell me I'm not taking accountability for nothing. You don't know me. You know what I'm saying? and my thoughts about that situation with the Uber driver. I really want to put that on video. Like, I want to do more on my backup channel. I'm gonna really start to tomorrow. Even if I just gotta come live and talk like this on my backup channel, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna start putting more pedal to the metal with that. I get discouraged when it gets late in the afternoon, because I work on East Coast time. So whenever it gets late, like past 6, I'm like, damn, it's 9 o'clock East Coast. I shouldn't do that, but I do it. It stresses me out. Anyway, but yeah, I'm going to be releasing these videos. Shit is so crazy. Shit is so crazy. Some of these videos, ooh, they're bad. They're so bad. I'm going to release them anyway. What the matter, man? What's the matter with my baby? He's purring. He's purring. You purring for your mama? Huh? I love this cat. I love this little kitten. This is Nani's kitten. This is my grandson, by the way. But like I was saying, some of the videos are really bad. They're really me and my lower self. But I'm gonna release them anyway. I might do reactions to them. And it just is what it is, part of my life and what happened to me. Some of them I can't release because on some of them I was feeling so low and down about my life that I might have mentioned the S word. And YouTube now has new policies and stuff against that, because at one point I did feel that way. So, but we'll see how it goes. I'll release what I'm gonna release, and even if they're bad, I'm still gonna release them. Lord help us. Y'all don't be judging me based on my old videos, okay? Because we're starting anew. And then after I get off, so these are the type of videos I'm doing right now. Once I get off parole, things are going to change on this video. I'll be able to do a lot more and be a lot freer with the way that I, present things as a whole. Like, showing you where I can go. Like right now with me being on parole, I can't go on the strip. I can't go to any bars. I can't even, I cannot do anything. I can't, and I'm not going to. I'm not one of those people that's getting ready to violate their parole because I want to be on the damn strip. That's not going to happen. So yeah. So I'm just, posting and posting. I'm about to post on my Patreon. Again, we're reading Takari Lee's book. Takari Lee's book about Jackie Christie, her tell-all. So I'm about to post another video on my Patreon right now. Don't chew that. He just put his whole nails in the place that I don't want him to be. I need you to not... Hey, that hurts me. Get your nails out of there. Ah! Bro, I'm going to have to clip his nails. Anyway. That was not okay. Mr. Pauls, no, Mr. Pauls. Anyway, but yeah, I'll talk to you guys soon. Thank you for joining me for this video. I felt like chit-chatting with y'all, obviously, as you can see. So thank y'all for joining me for this video, and thank you for those of you who watch and comment. I really truly appreciate it. Kay Foster, I didn't know what type of time you was on when you made that comment to me, like what the F you talking about. So I hid you from the channel, so I just unhid you right now. So I can see what type of time you on. But it's my choice whether or not I choose to look at your comments or not. I don't have to be bothered with all that stuff. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you ain't gonna come at me correct on my platform, then you don't have to come at all. And if you still decide that you want to be talking, stuff to me on my platform, I can simply hide you from my channel where you'll be talking to yourself. Nobody can see you except for you. It's really just a simple thing. It's not hard at all. You know what I'm saying? It's not. I'm not gonna sit here and go back and forth with nobody on the internet and be debating with you and you in my comment section watching me. You want to make your little comments, go ahead. But this is not Bigo. You can easily be hidden to where I'll still get your view, and you'll be sitting there talking to yourself, thinking that everybody can see you when we can't. You got to be careful because it's a whole lot of tools out here that I could use so that I don't have to be bothered with all of that. That's all I'm gonna say. Anyway, I holla.